Okay. If a pitot tube is clogged, which instrument would be affected? Airspeed indicator. You're planning an IFR flight. Yeah, I need to verify VOR equipment operational check accomplished within the preceding 30 days. What is the maximum allowable tolerance between the two indicators of a dual VOR when making a VOR check? 4 degrees between the two identical indicated bearings of the VOR when turned on to the same ground VOR facility. Okay. What is the maximum allowable tolerance between two indicators of a dual VOR system when making a VOR check? Answer: 4 degrees between the two indicated bearings of the VORs when tuned to the same ground VOR facility. What is what should be the indication on the magnetic compass as you roll into a standard rate turn to the right from an easterly heading in the northern hemisphere? The compass will indicate the approximate correct heading if the roll into the turn is smooth. What should be the indication on the magnetic compass when you roll into a standard rate turn to the left from south heading in the northern hemisphere? The compass will indicate a turn to the left, but at a faster rate than actually occurring. As you roll into a standard rate turn from the northerly heading in the northern hemisphere, the magnetic compass will answer initially indicate a turn to the left. What should be the indication on the magnetic compass as you roll into a standard rate turn to the left from a west heading in the northern hemisphere? Answer: the compass will indicate the approximate correct magnetic heading if the roll into the turn is smooth. The rate of turn at any airspeed is dependent upon: answer, the horizontal component of lift. During a skidding turn to the right, what is the relationship between the component of lift, centrifugal force, and load factor? Answer: centrifugal force is greater than the horizontal lift and load factor is increased. What is the pressure altitude at a given location as indicated on the altimeter after the altimeter is set to answer? Okay. The pressure altitude at a given location is indicated on the altimeter after the altimeter is set to answer 29.92 inches of mercury. If the outside air temperature increases during a flight at constant power and at constant indicated altitude, the true airspeed will answer increase and true altitude will increase. What should be the indication on the magnetic compass as you roll on into a standard rate turn to the left from an east heading in the northern hemisphere? Answer: the compass will indicate approximately correct magnetic heading if the roll into the turn is smooth. How should you pre-flight check the accuracy of your altimeter prior to IFR flight? Answer: set the altimeter setting and indication. Set the current altimeter setting, and the indication should be within 75 feet of the airport elevation. Answer: set the current altimeter setting, and the indication should be within 75 feet of the airport elevation. When airspeed is decreased in a turn, what must be done to maintain level flight? Answer: either decrease angle of bank or increase angle of attack. When checking the sensitivity of VOR receiver, the number of degrees in course change as OBS is rotated to move the CDI from center to the last dot on either side should be between answer 10 degrees and 12 degrees. If while in level flight it becomes necessary to use an alternate source of static pressure, which of the following should the pilot expect? Answer: vertical speed to momentarily show a climb. When using VOT to make VOR receiver check, the CDI should be centered and the OBS should indicate the the aircraft is on the answer 360 radial. Refer to figure 8.1. When checking a dual VOR system by use of a VOT, which illustration indicates the VOR is satisfactory? Okay. Explanation. In figure 8.1, illustration 2 is wrong because the needle 1 is indicated that 360 is to the station, while needle 2 is correctly indicating 180 to the station. Illustration 3 is wrong because the needle 1 is showing 185 to, which is more than 4 degrees different from 180, and because of 2 is showing at 175, to which is more than 4 degrees from the 180. Illustration 4 is wrong, both because the needles are showing 360 instead of 180. Illustration 1 is correct. Both needles point within 4 degrees of 180. Answer 1. Which is the acceptable range when performing operational check on dual VORs using, refer to figure A2, which is acceptable range of accuracy when performing operational check of dual VORs using a system against the other. Illustration 2 is wrong because the bearing pointer exceeds maximum possible permissible variations between the two indicated bearings of 4 degrees. One bearing pointer indicates 176, the other 183, a difference of 7 degrees. Illustration 3 is wrong because bearing exceeds maximum permissible variation between the two. Illustration 4 shows both bearing pointers indicating the same 210 degrees, so the bearing pointers have less than 4 degrees. Answer 4. Where can the VOT frequency for a particular airport be found? Answer: only in the chart supplement. Which publication can the VOR receiver ground checkpoints for a particular airport be found? Chart supplement. If both the ram air input and drain hole of the pitot system are blocked, what airspeed indication can be expected if large power changes are made? Answer: remain constant in level flight even during power changes. While climbing out of icy conditions, the ram air input drain hole of the pitot system are blocked. What reaction should you observe? Answer: no change until an actual climb rate is established, then indicated airspeed will increase. Refer to figure 149. A system which transmits information to the instruments has malfunctioned. Which instrument can you use to determine which system has failed? 149. Magnetic compass and vacuum pressure gauge. As you roll into a standard rate turn to the left from a southerly heading in the northern hemisphere, what should be the indication of magnetic compass? Answer: the compass will indicate a large change to the easterly heading ahead of the aircraft's heading. You are performing a standard rate turn and want to increase airspeed while maintaining turn rate. You must answer: increase angle of bank. The instruments for pitch are attitude indicator, airspeed indicator, and VSI. You are landing on a wet, smooth runway surface. As you touch down, the airplane begins to hydroplane. What should you do? Raise the nose to increase aerodynamic drag. to help the airplane as fast as possible. Or answer, to raise the nose, increase aerodynamic drag to help slow the airplane as fast as possible. In a northerly heading of 350 degrees, you make a left turn to 230. What indication should you observe on the magnetic compass? The compass will show a small lag to the right. When flying in a northern hemisphere, making heading changes using magnetic compass, you initiate a left turn to a heading of 180 degrees from 270 degrees. The magnetic compass will answer indicate correctly when initiating the turn. Your altimeter is set to 30.47. You are currently flying at 6,500 feet MSL, and the current reported altimeter setting is 29.87. What's your actual altitude? Answer, lower than indicated. 3.47 to 29.87 lower. As you roll into a standard rate turn from north heading in the northern hemisphere, magnetic compass will answer, show a turn to the right if the left turn is made. All right, that's it.